Hi, we've got a shaker card for you today using our new dome snow globe with the fairy inside. We're going to be using this from the Fillables collection, the dome snow globe, and we're using this little die here as to put our sentiment on. The pinwheel floral is going to be our finishing touch. And here is our fairy that will go inside the snow globe. And the sentiment is coming from the amazing sentiment set. We're going to use the You Are a Treasured Friend. Okay, a couple more items, and I'll run you through these as we use them. First up, we're going to be using alcohol inks. Now I have selected Purple Twilight, Citrus, Cool Peri, and Sailboat Blue. Now, alcohol inks are traditionally used with glossy surfaces. So I've got a white gloss card. I wanted to show this video because I've seen a lot of videos done with alcohol inks recently on Yupo paper. I didn't have any Yupo paper, and I thought, let's see if we can achieve a similar sort of look with the gloss white card. And I'm really pleased with the way it's come out, so I thought I would share it with you. So what we're going to do is I've got one of the Tim Holtz little tools here with a bit of felt on it. So I'm going to put the Cool Peri on there. There we go. And just create like a base in the center here, coloring in that center area. Okay. And if you want, you can put a couple layers on there, a little bit more. Just spread it all around. And that is going to be sort of the background center color. Now I'm going to go in with the other colors. Take the lids off here. So I'm going to start with the Sailboat, and I'm put a few drops onto my felt, and just going to start building up layers around the edge here, kind of twisting and turning it. Okay. So I've laid down some pretty blue. I'm going to add in a bit of the purple now, so a few drops of the purple. And you want to have a craft mat underneath you so you can kind of go off the edge there. There we go. Really build that up around it. And a little bit of the citrus, and I'm going to kind of repeat this after a bit. Add a little bit of that just to pop some of that green in there. It gives you a little bit of dimension to it. There we go. Now, as with all alcohol inks, if you want to remove some of the product, you can use the blending solution, and it does help sort of kind of give you a different pattern in it too. So I'm going to go ahead and add some to my felt. We're going to bring this in, and you'll see some of these colors mix and move around a bit more. Go. So you get a lot of really nice blending together. So I'm going to go back and add some more blue, and we're just going to build up layers of color until we're happy how we like it. So I want it to be a little bit deeper around the bottom. Just sort of blend it out into the center part. There we go. Tiny bit more of that Purple Twilight. And I've still got some of the blending solution on there, so it's mixing and kind of making it meld into one sort of color, which I really rather like. Okay, so you're starting to see it come to life. Some more of the citrus, so that'll give you a lot of depth to the color. There we go. So I want to deepen that color a little bit more, so I'm going to add some more of the Purple Twilight to it. Really get some dark tones in there. And you'll see the colors mixing together to make new colors, and it just looks so pretty. There we go. So I'm leaving that center section with quite a bit less around it. And finally, I think a little more green, just to bring in some more depth to those colors. So every time you do this, depending on what colors you use and what concentrations you use, you're going to get something that's going to look completely different. But I love the way it comes out, and you get all that beautiful modeling. I think it's so pretty. So I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it for now. So we'll move this aside. And let me just tidy this up a little bit. And we want to use our blending solution here, and that will take all that ink off. There we go. And I'll dry it real quickly. Okay. So now I want to cut an aperture. So I'm going to bring in there we go, that's what I want, the center of my dome's snow globe, and my tape is, there we go. Center that. Pop that on there. Okay. Pop that back onto the sheet. All right, so now I have a really nice aperture. So I've gone ahead and filled my dome snow globe, and I've used a mixture of ice flake and the crystal hexagons. So they have a little bit of an iridescence to them. Okay, so I've got both mixed inside of there. So we're going to put that through and tape it into place. Let me grab some tape. Get that all nice and straight. I think I'll put a few more just to make sure it's good and secure. There we go. Okay, so our fairy, I've gone ahead and cut her in black so she looks like a silhouette. So I'm going to put her behind and just sort of line her up in the opening, and we will tape her into place as well. Double check that I've got her lined up nice and even. That looks good. Oops. Moved a tiny bit. There we go. I'm going to put one more piece of tape on there. Okay, so now we've got the shaker with the fairy, but we want to cover the back, okay? So I'm going to bring in this piece that we cut out of the aperture to begin with. We'll put a little bit of glue around the edge here. Even a little in the middle of the fairy. And we will put that back into place. So we'll have a continuous color coming through. Okay, so you can see that same cool Peri color. So let me go ahead and put this onto our backing now. I've gone with just a white on white because I had so much going on with that bright color from the alcohol ink. I didn't want anything to compete with that. Put that into place. There. It's looking good. I've gone ahead and cut the snow globe, and I backed the bottom part of it with a little bit of the cool Peri card as well. So I'm going to put some glue on that around the edge. Oops. There we go. That'll go right over the top. Put that down. Okay. Our sentiment I've cut out with one of the little tags that you get. There's a choice of 2 different tags you can use with or without the snow globe. I've done the Your Treasured Friend. Tiny bit of shaded lilac distress ink on that. I'm going to put that right down there. And we are going to finish off with some beautiful flowers. So let me bring in the pieces for that. And I've got a white satin bow, just tied a little messy bow here. Put that right into that corner. There go. And a couple of flowers. I've done 2 different sizes here, the pinwheels. Put one of them like that. And I decided not to back these, just use them by themselves, a little bit lacier of a look. I thought that went nicely with the fairy. So you're going to have a little bit of see-through coming through there. And the leaves, just tuck one going that way and one going this way, right under the edges of those flowers. There we go. And I think that makes a beautiful shaker card. And you can see you get all sorts of gorgeous colors coming through with those alcohol inks. So there you have it, a little bit of gloss card, and you can turn it into a masterpiece. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have so many more there for you to watch.